Mhm.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Hit the Mark with Mark Levy. This is your host, Mark Levy. And of course, giant thank you to the many amazing guests that I've had recently, as in Eddie DeGrew and Eamon Giblin. Both those were great episodes recorded and so much fun. I mean, I love having so much fun with my guests. They're great. They've all been exciting, and they're staying exciting. Today's a weird episode of the show. It's being recorded across the country. So it's actually on YouTube where you can watch the video version, and you can also download the version that you might be listening to on your iPod on Monday on iTunes or wherever you want to download it from. But there's many ways to support the show. So many different ways to support the show. If you go to iTunes, you can rate us, review us, give us 5 stars if you'd like, and it help. And today's review for the 5 star challenge, the get a free T-shirt challenge, I like to say, would probably have to be if I could watch every episode hit the mark, I would. 5 stars. So, and then also email that to me at htmpod@gmail.com, and you will be getting yourself a free shirt if you send me your information. It'll be great. Yeah. And of course, you can buy shirts, go to Zazzle.com, and we have shirts, hats, mugs, whatever you want. It's all there, and it's all great. And of course, there's other ways to support the show. If you go to hitthemark.podomatic.com, we have a PayPal button there right on the side of the page, and you can donate as much or as little as you want to the show. It's all to support the show, and it's a free show, and I love keeping it free. I'm always thankful for everything. I think it's really fun to be able to do this and to be able to do this actually live at like 1:30 p.m. on in the East Coast and 10:30 a.m. in the West Coast. So it's like all interconnected in that fun, weird way. Today's guest, Stephanie Streisand, can't wait to talk to her. You see her in the little bottom corner, or you don't, or you heard her laugh for like 1 second, which is fine. This is all. I'm like mind blown right now. This is really cool. So yeah. Also before we start talking, how can I forget about this? We have our film review today. I saw the movie Boyhood last week, and I don't know if you've heard of it. It's this really cool idea that Richard Linklater had, where it's all about a child growing up from the age of like 6 to 18. So he's going from first grade to 12th grade, and it's literally shot like a week at a time for the last 12 years. And the movie is really fucking cool. And I mean, I'm just gonna straight up and say it hits the mark completely. It's really long, which makes sense because it deals with people growing up and experiencing life and all that stuff. So yeah, it's also really moving. I mean, watching interesting family dynamic like that happen on film is always great. And Ethan Hawke destroys it as the father. Patricia Arquette's fantastic as the mother, and the kid Ellard Coltrane is really fantastic. I highly recommend it. It's expanding more nationwide than it was last week, this week, and more after that. If you get a chance to see it, you have to see it. It completely hits the mark. All right, so today's guest, I am so thrilled and excited about. She is a recent transplant to LA. She's a friend of mine. She used to live in New York. She's got the team Streisand and Friends and Cake Fight. You know her. You love her, Stephanie Streisand. How are you?
Hi! I'm good. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm really great. I've had the best winter of my life. I heard New York was
Yeah.
awful.
Right, yeah. I keep hearing they moved right before it got really bad in New York, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
everything.
okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I it's so weird. Like living in New York now for 5 years, it's weird experiencing I don't even know what normal winter is, you know? I mean I now know what normal winter is, but since I'm from Miami, I don't know what normal winter is really, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
No, it totally makes sense. You ne
Okay.
you never have snow in Florida?
Not unless it was like manufactured, so not natural snow.
What do, what do you mean?
Like Okay, so there's this thing in Miami called Santa's Enchanted Forest. I used to go every year as a good Jewish boy, and it was like the world's largest Christmas theme park. And basically, what that means is there was fake snow, fake everything Christmas, and rides and stuff like that. It happened every year. It was really great. I went every Christmas Eve with all the other good Jews in South Florida. But yeah,
I love it.
there's stuff like that up here at all, or
What?
in Los Angeles. What?
In Los Angeles, I don't know if there is in Los Angeles. I did the old Chinese dinner for Christmas and Christmas
Oh
Eve.
yeah, same here all the time. Yeah. Oh, our Christmas dinners, right? They're always fun.
Oh yeah.
So how
And
you
then,
doing on this morning? Huh?
hmm?
How you doing?
What?
How you doing on this morning?
I'm doing really well. I woke up, had breakfast, uh, I started watching Young Justice. So
What's
I
that?
watched 2 episodes of that. Young Justice is it's the Justice League, like the main Justice League's sidekick.
Oh, okay, okay,
I've gotten really into the DC universe recently. It's very recent.
okay. I'm not really a DC person. I like Marvel a lot, actually.
I I haven't seen or read anything Marvel except for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies.
Really? Wait, you like never seen anything else Marvel beside for those Spider-Man movies? It was like three Spider-Man movies.
I don't think I saw the third one. Oh wait, I saw the first one with Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, but what about like Avengers and Thor and stuff like that?
I didn't see the. I
I
know.
really
I
do
didn't
you
see
like
Iron Man either.
have a hatred against Marvel, or you just don't
No,
do?
I was like, oh yeah, I'll get around to it, and then I just never got around to it. Oh, I have the 9/11 Spider-Man comic book, so that's
Okay, well,
Marvel. Oh, and
yeah.
I saw two of the X-Men movies.
Oh, well, okay. So you've seen some Marvel stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you like hate Marvel or
No, I don't hate
or
it.
not?
I'll get into it. I just really like DC right now.
Okay, that's cool.
Uh, I used to, yeah.
All right.
I was
I
into
was
Vertigo
just
comics
curious.
for a while. No.
Okay. I mean, I respect DC a lot. I mean, I was raised on Marvel and stuff like that. So, like, Marvel is like my home, you know?
Hmm.
It's fine.
I really love, I mean, I just got into DC, like this year.
Yeah.
My favorite is Wally's The Flash.
Tell me about it.
Well, Wally, there have been like 5 Flashes, and Wally is the third one, I want to
Oh, The
say.
Flash. Okay, I heard Whiplash. I'm like, Wally Whiplash.
Oh, no.
Did you hear
Uh,
about did you hear about like what they're doing like in Archie recently?
oh, yeah, they're going to kill him. Well, they're going to kill him. Yeah. Oh, no, you froze. Uh-oh.
A gay character in Archie like a few years ago. No, some guy tried to kill him and Archie took the bullet. So Archie's dead in one of the Archie comics now.
Yeah, I know.
I mean that's
He'll come back. They're not
what
going
I mean
to,
like quotes.
they're
You
like,
just did quotes.
they, because he's
Well, I
going
mean,
to
it's
come
for the
back. They're
Archie
going to
comics.
figure
That's
out a
all it
way.
is. Okay.
Yeah. And then, it's
All
like,
right. Okay. I mean,
it's like when
the weird
Superman
thing is there's like
died.
3 or 4. Sorry,
Hmm?
what?
I said it's like when Superman died.
Right, but there's also
And
like 3 or 4 different art.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
There are
Okay.
3 or 4
Well, I
different
mean, there's like
Archie?
3 or 4 Archie books. There's books. Yeah, like at a
Oh,
time. So
oh,
like he died in the life with Archie, which is like his I'm in a relationship one. There's After Archie, I think it's called, where it's like zombies. Then there's like Archie, and there are a couple others. So
Uh, I didn't know that.
I don't know much
I
about
s-
Archie. I haven't read Archie since like the one time I bought an Archie book.
when I said I wanted comics as a kid, my
Wait, what?
parents got me Archie comics.
Oh, so you're like well read on Archie?
So, well, I was as a kid. I mean, I wanted Batgirl comics, but they were like, "Oh, we'll get you comics," and they gave me some
Oh,
Archie comics.
okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I just never read Archie too much. It just, yeah, I mean, I always respected it, that's for sure, but I mean, never really
Yeah,
got
I mean,
into it. So,
yeah, I mean, Jughead's great. It's just Archie's this two-timing ass that pretends he doesn't realize he knows he's doing it, and Veronica's this spoiled bitch, and Betty is this like like a Disney princess charitable type of girl.
okay, all right, I'm cool with that. Because you know what? I mean, yeah, I mean, every guy wants to be like that, you know? That's what
Wants
it's all
to,
about.
yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. Let's dive in. We've done enough of the Act One, I like to refer to it as. So let's dive into Stephanie. Okay. So what was like your acting inspirations growing up?
Uh oh man, my acting inspirations growing up. Um, oh, uh, I uh, musical theater. I was really into musical theater, and I really
Right.
loved Bob Fosse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even as an actor, Bob Fosse. He's a
I'm
really
really wow.
yeah.
That's unique.
He's in Kiss Me Kate. He's in My Sister Eileen, and in My Sister Eileen, he does this huge, awesome performance. Um, he's in the Tales of Dobie Gillis or whatever. He was
Oh
he was
wow.
like yeah he was but Debbie Reynolds didn't like him, and Debbie Reynolds was
Oh,
big back then. So her and her friends kind of drummed him out of Hollywood and back to New York.
oh, cool.
Uh,
Well, I mean, that's not cool. I didn't know that fact. I mean, I know that he was like an amazing choreographer and just an amazing talent. So I didn't know that he actually also acted too.
Yeah, he dabbled, and then he did Broadway shows before doing choreography and stuff like that.
Right.
Um, uh, oh, and he wrote a lot. He actually wrote Sweet Charity, even though the credit goes to Neil Simon. I know
Right.
a lot about Bob Fosse.
Okay.
I
So how
love
many
Dick
times did you
Van
watch
Dyke.
that jazz?
Dick Van Dyke is someone I look up
Dick,
to.
Dyke is someone I've always wanted to be. Like this is not a secret at all. I've always wanted to be Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke is probably one of the most talented people to ever live.
Well, I mean, except he can't do Cockney accent, but that's a different story altogether.
I mean, if they gave him a coach, it's their fault. They should have given him a coach, like a dialect
I thought
coach.
they gave him a coach. I didn't know they didn't. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna defend Dick Van Dyke.
You're gonna disband Dick Van Dyke?
No, I'm gonna defend him.
Oh, to defend him. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm a really big fan. Like, I love. Like, I remember growing up watching the Dick Van Dyke show, like on Nick at Night and stuff like that. So, like, I really, really liked Dick Van Dyke a lot, and loved Mary
Yeah.
Poppins. Wanted to be Bert from Mary Poppins until I realized the accent was like not an accent.
Oh yeah. I loved. Um, Elaine Stritch just went. Yes.
That's still hurting me a lot personally.
Her timing was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Did you ever see that video on the making of the company cast recording? where they make her do ladies' lunch like 12 times.
Well, she's.
And like some posted yesterday, that video is amazing.
It is amazing. However, it's also a little hard to watch because she's so drunk.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I do believe that that's when she started trying to become sober after she saw that video. She was kind of horrified by it.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's just it was a horrible video to watch, but like it's a amazing video to watch at the same time, just because she was such a one of the best performers ever. I mean, like I remember when people were talking about Delicate Balance came out, one of my favorite Edward Albee plays. They're like, oh, this is just a nice little melodrama, and then she comes out, and like the whole play changes.
Yeah, there's a video of her performing "To Keep My Love Alive," which is a Rodgers and Hart song, which is supposed to be sung by a soprano and done very sweetly, just saying these horrible things for shock value. But the way
Yeah.
Rodgers and Hart wrote it, it's just very like you after the first two verses, it's just verses with a
Yeah.
bridge. Every once in a while, it's repetitive and um, it goes on for a long, long time. I think she even cut out a few of the verses just because it does get so repetitive. But she's the only person that I've ever seen a performance of doing it and keeping it fresh and funny every verse.
Uh-huh.
And that's from the show A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court.
Oh,
What's
Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I think the musical
This is
just
gonna be one of
because
those really weirdly musical theater episodes that come up every once in a while, which I'm totally fine with. I feel like we should let the listeners know that. And also, if people want to provide questions to the show, please do. There's a link on the Google Plus Hangout page. So yeah, and yes, we do have viewers. So
Eileen Brennan and Madeline Kahn were big influences when I was a kid.
Madeline Kahn like has come up a few times in the show. I got into her like towards the very, very end of her life. I fell in love with the movie Mixed Nuts as a kid.
Oh, yeah, she's so good. I mean,
Yeah.
when I was a little kid, I watched. I mean, Eileen Brennan is in both of these movies, but Madeline Kahn's in one of them. I watched Murder by
Uh-huh.
Death and Clue on repeat as like when I was. Everybody has that movie when they're a little kid that they watch over and over. When I was
Right,
five,
right, right.
when I was five, I watched Clue over and over and over,
Yeah.
and Murder by Death. I mean, both. I was just
I've
really.
actually ever seen Murder by
Oh, it's slapstick. It's really great. Truman Capote's in it. Peter Sellers,
Oh.
David Niven, Eileen Brennan, Peter Falk. It's written by Neil Simon. Alec Guinness is in it. I think it's after he won his Academy Award. Um, it's really good. It's so
All right.
good. It's probably my favorite movie. It's very slapsticky.
I'm gonna check it out. I mean, you have good taste, so I'd like to check it out. Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I as a fan of comedy, like such a weird crossroads sometimes, because like I was born in the mid '80s, so that means like my parents were I was getting a lot of like Gene Wilder and stuff like that. And then like I was a little too young like as a kid to get like SNL humor as a kid. But then I got into SNL as a kid too. You know?
Yeah, there was definitely when I was younger, I remember it being on Comedy Central
Mhm.
and not watching them, and then all of a sudden I did start watching it and getting it, and I
Yeah.
started quoting like the Gap Girls.
Oh god, Rap Girls were amazing. I actually thought David Spade was actually a girl in that sketch for a really long time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not even joking about this. Every time I say Gap Girls, I'm like, oh, that's a really weird looking girl. Like the
Yeah,
other two, I think were like Sandler and Farley.
yeah, I really like that cast a whole lot. Um, yeah. Uh, but yeah, I got into SNL from watching the reruns on Comedy Central.
Right. Yeah. My parents used to let me stay up and watch it with them. But yeah, I mean, I got into it as a person by watching reruns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're from, I don't want to get this wrong. I know you're from New York.
Mhm.
Yeah. I want to say New York City, right?
Mm-mm. I'm from Long
No?
Island.
Long Island, okay, okay. You're like, no, I'm from Long Island. That's where I'm from.
Well, people from New York City would be like, "You're not, you're not the city."
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, okay. I didn't I now I know. I didn't know you were from Long Island.
Yeah.
So you grew up what part of Long Island?
I grew up in Melville, which is near Huntington. It's on the border of Nassau and Suffolk, so it's kind of smack in the middle, but in Suffolk County. So it's further out.
Okay. So good drive away from the city. So
hmm
what's it like growing up in Melville?
I was as a kid, I was surrounded by spoiled girls who, when I was in kindergarten, there were girls wearing Steve Madden platforms, just
Oh
like,
God.
yeah. And it's just these 4 and 5-year-olds walking around kind of like they're on stilts on these
Yeah.
platform shoes. And you were not cool if you weren't endangering your ankles every day.
Oh, of course. I mean, why would you not be? I mean, guy, I went to Jewish day school like for the first 7 years of like my schooling, and everyone was like really rich, like really rich. So yeah, I know what you're talking. Like it was everyone was wearing Jinkos and stuff like that all the time. So
Oh,
I wore, but I feel like everyone wore Jinkos at that time, anyways. But
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, I didn't wear them, and I remember in fourth grade just begging my parents for my birthday to get me clothes from this store called Sweats Appeal, just so people would like me.
sweats appeal.
Sweats Appeal. It's where they sold these hardtail sweatpants. They were like bell-bottom sweatpants.
Oh my God, this is like straight up as Long Island as you can get, wasn't it?
And they did. They got me a gift certificate. They were so nice. They were like, we got you a $200 gift certificate to this store. So
Oh
I
my
was so
God.
excited. I was like, I'm gonna have a whole new wardrobe. I bought one shirt and two pair. Oh no, three pairs of pants, one shirt, and one sweatshirt.
Okay.
That was the gift cert. It was insane. And there was another girl that happened to be there from my school with her mom, and the mom was talking to my dad who took me, going, "Ugh, I don't know what I'm gonna get my daughter. We already have everything in the store."
Oh, oh,
And
oh.
and so I used to be like, "Why don't you buy me these things or whatever?" And it was like, because we actually love you and we know how to show you we love you. And
Okay.
that was
Well, that makes
their
sense. A
that
good,
was their
loving,
answer.
crazy Jewish family, right?
It was just like, oh, the reason why these parents buy their children everything is because they don't know how to express love for them.
Okay. How big of a family do you come from?
What?
How big of a family are you from? Just out of curiosity.
Uh, I have
Like,
a I have a twin brother and a younger sister.
oh, cool. Bigger than my family, that's for sure.
Oh, really?
I'm an only child, so yeah.
Um, Yeah. Yeah, it was a snobby place. I remember going to a bat mitzvah and a girl making a speech being like, I want to thank my mom for being my brunch buddy. She's 13. For
Oh
being
God.
my brunch buddy, and my dad, or better known around the house as the ATM card.
Oh.
Isn't that
Oh
gross?
God. You never want to visit Long Island like ever unless I have to now.
But
I mean, I'm
I
sure Long Island's great. It's just that's hilarious.
Yeah, I ended up, there was like in 6th or 7th grade, I was trying so hard from all of elementary school to like somewhere in 6th grade to fit in with these girls. And finally another kid came up to me and was like, "Why? They're all a bunch of bitches and assholes." I was like, "You're right." And then I just started doing my own thing finally.
Okay. Well, so like, what it's like when you found like they want to like act, or did you always want to act?
I always wanted to act. Um, there's there's this weird video. I used to sing like very like how little girls sing.
Yeah.
Um, and my parents signed me up for different classes. They signed me and my brother up for a bunch of different classes. We did gymnastics for like 3 months together. We did dance for 3 months. We did violin. So they were trying to introduce us to different things.
Okay.
And they signed me up for an acting musical theater class when I was 6, and I just took to it. And there's a funny home video somewhere of me singing in that airy voice in a show, and then all of a sudden at the bridge, just like singing full out for real. And it's and the whole you can hear the other parents being like, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
That's hilarious. That's so funny. Oh my God. Like that just reminds me of like what was it? My first time I actually performed, I was in kindergarten. And it was the Purim play that we did, like that my teacher wrote. I was Haman actually.
Oh, you're
Um,
so lucky.
yeah, the best part of the whole, I mean, everyone had 3 lines, so it's not like anything too special. But
That's the best.
um, it was the best, of course. Being the villain's the best, always the best. But I remember I had a rap in it, and I was so excited, nervous, like just like 1991 or so. So like, okay, here I go. I'm rapping, and it was fun.
Did they do the noisemakers over every time you spoke?
Almost, yeah, yeah, I think so. I mean, God, that was like 22, 23 years ago, so I don't remember too well. But yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. It's fun.
Uh,
It was fun.
that
But I
sounds.
used to think I could sing, and I learned really quickly, no, you can't sing, Mark. You shouldn't sing,
Uh,
because I'm really bad at it.
wow, that's sad. Were you
It's
bad at
fun.
it?
I've always liked musical theater. I've always liked musicals. It's just I love singing. I'm really good at karaoke, but I'm like I can sell a song, but I can't sing a song.
Yeah, I bet you could.
It's fun.
I bet if somebody wasn't like that to you, you'd be Josh Groban.
I'm really bad. I know I'm really bad at singing. Like it's just a fact. That's all it is. It's not like I'm not hurt by it or anything like that. It's what it is. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Whatever. So, what was like your first play you did?
um, The King and I.
Yeah, who were you in that?
I don't mean to brag, but
You're the king.
the the uh the ages that you had to be at the time were uh 4th grade and up, and I
Uh
was
huh.
in 2nd grade and I got in the show. So I mean, take
Who
that
were
for
you
what
in it?
I was the child that was too scared to bow to the king, and I was a
Okay.
star.
That'd be funny. Really, I was the king.
I was the
Um,
king. No, I was just
like,
I was
no, I was and not Anna, not the king, but I was the and. You just walk around this time and says and around your neck the whole time. Yeah.
I mean, there's not. It was at a YJCC, and there's nothing. I I mean, everybody in that show was white, playing Asians, and we all wore like the eye makeup.
Oh
Um,
God.
these like little buns.
So everyone
My
like along Island Jew just like dressing up in like in yellow face basically.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
It's second grade, so it's kindergarten. I mean it's kids, so it's not as
well, it was
horrible
second.
as it could be.
Well, it was. I was the only second grader. It was fourth grade to high school age.
Never mind. Okay. I thought it was like fourth to like seventh grade.
No, no, it was a big one. Um, my
Were you
first
nervous?
my first lead role, I think, was the baker's wife.
That's a
And
great role.
yeah, that was awesome. And I didn't want it. I wanted to be Cinderella or the witch.
Really?
But looking back, it's like that's the baker's wife is the best part.
It's the best part of the whole show, actually, I'd say.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to be the witch. I want to, or like, I wanted to be Cinderella so I could wear the, like a poofy dress, or I wanted to be the witch so I could be the bad guy and sing The Last Midnight and do the witch's rap.
But you guys see Moments in the Woods, it's like one of the most beautiful songs Sondheim ever wrote.
I know. It took me a couple years to realize how good the song was. I hated. It was actually my least favorite song to sing in the show.
Okay.
At the time, I was young. I was
Third
like,
grade?
no, I was like 12 or 13.
That's was like this was it Into the Woods Junior version or was it like
No,
the
no, it was all high school kids, and I lied.
okay. Okay.
I lied. I lied to
Like
get.
it's like I actually saw Into the Woods done in a production where it was all like high school to like middle school and it was the full version. And that show's fucking dark to watch little kids do, you know?
Yeah, I thought when I was doing the show and you roll on stage with the prince, I thought it was just like, oh, we can. It never occurred to me that we fucked.
Yeah. Or that like little red gets has sex with the wolf, you know?
Oh, that's weird because I did know that one. I wasn't naive to that one, which is weird.
Oh.
And also Jack. Jack loses his virginity to the giant.
He does?
Yeah, both of their songs. It's well, not the male giant, the female giant that's uh
Right.
sweeping the floor. Um, she loses her virginity to the wolf, and he loses his virginity to the giant. And so
I
both of
never knew that.
their,
And I saw the production even like 2 years ago in the park, so that's oh well.
it's like the
Huh.
different interpret. It's like how, I mean, Little Red Riding Hood was raped, but it goes into the thought process of a guy losing their virginity.
All right. Well, you know what? The more you know, the more you can know you can understand your Sondheim musicals. That's the whole point of this episode, you know. It's all about Sondheim. Question. I'm sure because I've always thought this. And you'd be okay to laugh, okay?
Okay.
Your last name is Streisand. Are you related at all, Barbara?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, cool. How?
She's my cousin, and on on the other side of my family, I'm related to Harvey Firestein. So it's
That's
like
insane.
if two if those two icons came together and had a kid, that would be it would be related to me. It wouldn't be me. It would just be
That's
related,
cool.
right?
That's really cool.
I
It would
did.
also have the weirdest singing voice in the world if Harvey Firestein and Barbra Streisand had a kid.
Yeah, it would be pretty weird.
I've always been curious about it. I never asked you. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. Let's ask right now. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there have
What's
been
really funny is every time I ask weird, people leave and they come back after. I find it funny.
really.
Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, whatever. You know. Hey, people are gonna download this. So you're gonna love it. That's what matters. All right. So, um, so where did you go to college?
I went to college at Hofstra University, and then I went to
Oh,
grad
great
school
school.
at John Jay
Nice. John Jay for criminal studies?
for forensic psychology.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Oh
That's
yeah,
my
but
exact.
the school is called John Jay for criminal justice. Is
Right.
that what it is?
Yeah, I go by there every week. I go near there every week because it's right near Gethard show, and I go there every Wednesday. So
Oh.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. More.
Yeah,
Uh,
when I was
making
growing up,
noises.
but I was always doing theater, and I was doing UCB in high school. I started UCB in high school, but I was always well, I I was always interested in forensic psychology and musical theater.
Yeah.
Uh, and when I was like a little girl, like in first grade, and people asked me what I wanted to be, I was like a singer or a homicide detective.
Why not both at the same time?
Well, that was the great thing about there was a Robert Downey Jr. movie, I think, where he's a singing detective. That was great for me.
Right. uh, boy. Yeah,
But yeah, college. Sorry.
that's fine. So like, so when you were at Hofstra, were you doing musical theater there or what?
I did some theater classes as my elective, but I went to a conservatory, a musical theater conservatory in high school, um, and a lot of those classes uh, ended up being like college credit, which was great.
Okay.
So I got a degree in drama as well as psychology.
Nice. I mean, I've got three theater diplomas, all theater performance. Like two of them say acting, and one of them says theater performance. They're all undergraduate too.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's just one of the weird many facts about me that there are out there in the world, which I'm very proud of. So Florida School of the Arts for first two, and then University of Florida for the last one. So
Hmm.
nice. So what made you want to move into New York City then?
Well, I was doing UCB, and um, I kept on going back and forth um, all the time, and it was just getting annoying.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was living with a dude I was seeing in Long Island, and then that fell apart because
Oh yeah.
he.
Not good.
Well, I caught him having sex with an underage girl.
Oh no.
I did a one-woman show at UCB about uh, some of the people I've dated. Almost all of them are in jail.
Oh my God. Are you a dangerous girl?
No, I just I I mean I date girls, and the girls I date are not crazy. It's just
Okay. Those
the dudes
guys are a
the
little
dudes that I'm
crazy.
attracted to are usually sociopaths.
Okay. And the girls attracted are like normal. Alright.
Yeah, they're like normal people.
That's good. Normal
They're
is good. I
not
tend to find
normal. I
myself
mean, they're
attracted to
all
weird
unique,
stuff.
but they're like nice, not crazy, not they don't break the law.
Yeah, good qualities look for in a person to date.
Hmm.
Nice. All right. Cool. So, like, what made you want to get into UCB? I know you said you got into it in high school, but like, what made you get into it?
Uh, I had gone to camp, theater camp every year, and then I was not allowed to return after 1 year because I um did too many things
Okay.
that uh, made them go, she can't come back.
All right.
And they wouldn't go into why, but I mean, the way the theater camp was run is that they had kind of periods, and I would ditch. Like, I didn't want to swim, so I'd ditch, and I didn't want to go to the assembly. They had an assembly every day, which is so amazing. They had these great artists coming from New York City and performing on Long Island for an hour for all the kids to watch and enjoy. But anything that didn't appeal to me, I would ditch. And then, you know, you're all horny teenagers, and there were no counselors at this camp.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like a horror movie. That's what it sounds like.
so we're all these 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds running off, 14-year-olds just running off, or like showing bra straps.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, the biggest sin there is. A good old bra strap show. Scandalous, man.
But I wasn't allowed to return, and my parents asked me if I wanted to go to sleepaway camp, and I didn't. And I didn't want to be a counselor or like a CIT. I was too young to be a counselor. So the only option if I went to a camp was becoming a counselor in training.
Okay.
And I didn't want to do that. So my mom's friend's kid who was in college was taking classes at UCB, and they had intensives. And my mom signed me up and said, I think at the time you had to be 19 or something. Now it's not like that, but at the time you had to be a certain age, and my parents lied and said I was a certain age, so I could do it.
Who was your first teacher?
Betsy was. Betsy
Okay.
Stover.
Yeah, one of the most popular first teachers I think.
Yeah, she was
When
super
did
great.
people find out you were a certain age?
What?
Did people eventually find out you were not the certain age, or did that happen like when you became that certain age?
Yeah, there was, I think when I turned real 21, I let people know that I turned real 21.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Some stuff that I never
Or like
that I'm
real 20.
personally a little too afraid to try myself.
When I turned real 20, I like let people know how old I was.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I feel like Delaney knew I was young. I don't know if he knew how young, but I feel like he knew. I had him for level 3.
Okay.
So I had
And when did you
an
start
intensive. So it was half of the class was Betsy Stover and half of the class was Seth Morris.
Oh, cool. That's a great class.
It was super great. Um, Betsy to me. I mean, I'm biased because she's the only level 1 class I took. Like, she's the only teacher I had for level 1, but she's the best person I think to have level 1 with.
Yeah. I've heard good things. I had Gabe Mr. 101, so I really liked him a lot.
Oh
But
yeah, I bet he's good
yeah.
too. Yeah, I had, but it was level 1 and 2, the intensive, and it was a couple weeks, and it was super great and super fun, and um, uh, I mean, everybody was friends. You know, you're level 1, everybody's friends with each other.
Yeah, yeah.
It was my first time really walking around in the city by myself.
Well, that
Um,
must have been exciting.
yeah, it was the first time my parents let me use the subway.
What was that like for your first time? Were you like a little scared?
Yeah, I remember going on and yeah, I was super nervous. I was sitting in the seat, and one of the other people from my class was like, "Why are you acting so weird?" And but it was like this big deal, and they were just, "This isn't a big deal. It's so dumb. You're gonna hate it after the first 20 times," and I did.
Okay. Well,
I mean, You hate,
What was
you
the,
see,
what was
although
the,
it's always
what was
fun
the
to
train line
see.
you rode?
What?
What was the first train line you rode by
Uh,
yourself?
the one.
Okay, not a bad train line.
No, I wrote it. For some reason, I was at Franklin, and I wrote it up to Penn Station.
Okay, good job.
Yeah.
I want to add a little bit of timeline. I want to go to like your big successful show at UCB a few years ago, the 2017 Tony Awards.
Oh yeah. What about
I mean,
where?
that
Where
had
do you want?
a long run.
Yeah, it had almost a
Like,
year.
tell me about how you came up with the idea. I mean, I'm in the middle of a spank process myself right now,
Mhm.
so
Well,
I mean, I'm just wondering, like, well, how did it come about? Everything like that.
well, the good thing is, I had already done. I had already written one spank before it that didn't get a run, and do, once you write a show, it's so much easier to write the other ones. It takes like
Okay.
once you do one, you could write a spank in like 2 weeks. It's
Okay.
just like once you get over the hurdle, it's fine. Um, so that was good. And Rocco Privatera at the time decided to have this meeting on January 2nd to talk about resolutions that and goals that people wanted to do for the upcoming year,
Okay.
and in comedy and stuff like that. And what was so great is people were kind of pairing off with each other because somebody would come in and be like, I want to animate a comedy short, and somebody would say, I want to write an animated comedy short, and they kind of
Right,
just
right,
pair off with each other. So what happened was I had been playing with this show in my head for a long time, and I had already decided on Fight Club the musical and uh, the I Hate Musicals musical.
right,
Those
right, right.
those are two I already decided on, and the other two I was like, I know I want to do a jukebox musical. I know I want it to be something that shouldn't be a jukebox musical, and I know I want to do a time in history that you shouldn't do.
Right.
Uh, and so I was just playing around with it, and uh, it was a lot of talking, and then to my friends about it, and then at this meeting I mentioned it, and Rocco, who had organized it, had happened to one of his goals happened to be he wanted to write a musical.
Oh,
So
so
yeah,
that's the guys teamed up to make it.
so we paired up and we met every day that week, and after a month we it was all the music was done, and I met with Michael Trapp uh, for script notes and stuff and format notes. And Michael Trapp, he
Yeah.
writes for College Humor now. Michael Trapp is probably one of the best sketch writers I've ever met. He's really good. He's really funny. He's really smart about his writing. It was the best person I could have gotten notes from.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
and then uh, once that was all in place, once we had everything written out, then I emailed and I reached for the stars. I I reached out to people who I didn't really know that well,
Yeah.
and like Michael Hartney, I think we had never talked. Oh yeah, we hadn't. Michael Hartney and I had never talked. I happened to be at a a dumb, stupid bit show that was really silly and fun.
Hmm.
And it was a gong show to get into heaven or something like who would get into heaven based on their talent. And uh, he sang a song from Hairspray. Um, oh God, I can't remember the character, but he had like a little black baby, and he sang the soulful number from Hairspray, and
Oh, I know which song you're talking about, but I don't remember the name. Yeah, yeah.
it was so like yeah, it was funny and everything. He had the timing down, but he could actually sing. It like showed that he could actually fucking sing, you know.
Right, right.
So I was like, be in this show. uh,
It's like,
uh,
so you're like asking them immediately to do it, or?
I was like, hey, you don't know who I am. I saw you in this show. And the way I approached it was like, here's the script. If you're too busy, you're too busy. So this way, it's better because I feel like if you're reaching for like super talented chicks and dudes, like give if this I was nervous that the script wasn't up to snuff. So I was like, here's the script so that you can read it and then tell me if you're too busy, totally cool. So it's that way of being
Right.
like, if my script sucks, like just say you're busy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I definitely dealt that pressure myself mentally with the one I'm working on right now. So, but I mean, I've got a fantastic cast. Got a
Yeah.
date, can't say yet, but very excited. So, yeah,
Yeah, it's just and the worst thing that somebody could say is no. And then you're right where you were anyway.
right. But I mean, like you guys had a long run. These guys last like 8 months.
9, I think.
That's like as long as a run of a spank can get. I think at UCB. I mean, a show can get at UCB. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean now, yeah, because everybody's so freaking talented. The sketch program has improved over the years, and with the levels, and with mod teams being
Yeah,
what they are now versus what they were. So many people are getting that training on how to write, and they're submitting now, and it's super great. It's what UCB wants, you know.
yeah. I mean, for myself, I mean, my spank is very much a play. So I'm very excited. Hopefully it'll get a run. I mean, we'll find out, you know. So
Yeah, that's so. When is it? Plug
I
it.
can I can tell you off the air. I can't really say yet on the air. So
Okay.
uh, because you know how that stuff is. So, but I'm very excited and very honored to have it be up coming up. So I mean, maybe by the time this episode comes out on podcast form, I'll be able to say it, but not right now. You know how it
Hmm.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood.
it's
It's
all
all
good.
exciting. So I want to talk about so what made you want to move to LA?
I a few things. So I took Tony Awards out to LA to
Yeah.
perform at Comedy Central stages, and at the same time, uh, Caroline Cotter and I came up with an idea for a web series, and Jonathan LaPearl joined up with us, and 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 directed and everything like that, and we made a web series called Chasers. So
Hmm.
what I did was I went out to LA with the show, and at the same time was releasing episodes of the web series. So it was like a 1-2 punch for industry,
Okay.
and I got a couple of meetings out of that, and all the meetings ended with like, when would we be able to send you out? I would reply, never. I'm going back to New York, blah, basically. But not, like, peace. Thanks for the meeting. Bye. And that's what made me move out to LA. Is just
Okay.
uh,
It was
there
the right
there seems to
time.
be,
There's a lot of interest happening.
yeah, and I had a couple friends out here already that the last time when I came out with Tony Awards, I spent time with, and um, I was like, oh, I miss you guys so much, and that helped too.
Yeah. Let's talk a little about your teams out there. I mean, Streisand and friends, I see all the time on Facebook, like posting shows and stuff. You guys seem like a pretty big little team out there.
Yeah, so that's a sketch team that I came up with because I didn't really know anybody yet, but I wanted to put my
Right. It's a lot of
sketches
like
up.
your transplants, right?
Yeah, it was like right when I had moved out there, and I wanted to get my sketches out there, but I didn't know anybody to write who like who wanted to be in a sketch group or I didn't know anybody, so I and when you submit to indie shows or any place, it was like, what's your team's name? So
Uh,
so to be safe, I was like, oh, it's called Streisand and Friends. So and I submitted to IO under Streisand and Friends and got a run going at their sketch cage match. And
cool. How'd that go?
it's been fun. It, we're 5-0.
Oh wow, it's still going
Yeah.
on.
No, we actually just ended our run. We got beat out
But
by
you're
this
5-0.
awesome kick-ass group. What?
Wait, you're 5-0, so that means it's still
We
going
were
on, right?
no, we were five. Oh yeah. Okay, we're 5-1 now, right? That's how it goes.
Okay.
We're 5-1.
Well, I mean,
um,
I know a previous guest on the show, and a good friend of the show, Gerald Haynes, is on the team too. So it's nice to see
yeah,
that.
he's in my group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's so great. Yeah, what's so great about doing it though, through doing it I've met so many people that are super talented through it, and I've also, you figure out who is flaky through it.
Right. Of course.
So it's been super great, and now I have this kind of tight knit team that we've put together, and it's like super great comedic actors and actresses that make my sketches seem way funnier just by being in
Oh,
them.
they're funny stuff. I'm sure. I'm sure the sketches are
Yeah,
really
but
funny.
I mean, but they make it like without them it wouldn't be as funny.
All right. Well,
They're
tell me
just
about Cake Fight a little bit.
Cake Fight is I took the Miles Strauss sketch program and I
I've heard about
met
that stuff.
it's super great. Eric Moneypenny teaches the level 1 class, and Heather Ann Campbell teaches the level 2 class. And the first class, Eric Moneypenny's class, the first day he gives you a syllabus, and the syllabus is gold. It's like a step-by-step, you can't fail sketch writing 10-page how-to.
Cool.
It's gold. It's great. It's really great. And his notes are really good. I recommend it for anybody to take the class, even
All right.
though it's not through like theater or whatever, because people are always thinking like, well, what can I get out of it?
My
It's like,
free time
well,
or
you learn how
whatever.
to write good sketches out of it. That's what you'll get out of it.
It's kind of like Drysdale did in New York. I mean, I think she's in a similar thing in LA, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, she
But
teaches.
like how like she always had like amazing classes that like taught you everything you need to know, but
Right.
you get a show.
Right. It's like, oh, well, what's my team? Like, what do I get? It's like you learn how to be good. That's what you get out of
Which
it.
is the most important thing there is.
Like,
So yeah, so Cake Fight, it came
oh
out
yeah, so
of that or
they were students within the class, and we went up through the classes together, and we all liked each other's stuff, and so we decided to make a video channel together. So we're a video team.
cool.
Yeah,
Great. Okay. That's
yeah,
so exciting.
yeah, and we've
All right, I
we've
want to get ready to wrap up. Oh, you
what?
go first.
Oh,
Sorry, you go
I was
first.
gonna say we've partnered up with an ad company, and we've made money off of our videos so far, and
That's
it's
really great. I mean, to feel like money off that type of stuff is the best thing in the world.
yeah, making money is always great.
But I mean, especially off of like creating yourself, like your actual art. I think that's like one of the best things you can do.
Yeah, it was actually advice given to us by Heather Ann Campbell, who teaches level 2. She comes in on the last day of your level 1 class and goes, make videos. Like they just
Is that
somebody.
she
She's like
walks
my
she
advice.
walks in the door, it's like, hey, make videos, and then walks out.
Well, I mean, she's like, stop, because I mean, how do you get ahead? How do you get your stuff seen? She basically said, your calling card is now your videos. It's like
Makes sense to me, yeah.
how many views do you have? People will reach out to you to get a packet if you have videos. They won't.
Right.
It's the game has changed a little, and also the internet is becoming bigger than TV now. It's slowly but surely.
I've been having this podcast for almost 2 years now. Like we're 2 months shy of 2 years right now, and it's pretty incredible the fact like the reach that I do not know that I have and stuff like that. I mean, it's not a huge podcast, but I mean there are dedicated listeners that seem to love the show. So like it's really really interesting watching things like that I care so much about grow and watching it like happen. I mean,
Hmm.
that's part of the reason I started like doing Google Hangout ones, like
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, this is fun, and I get to see your face.
You get to see your face. It's like basically all that we're missing is if we were at my table right now and I had it in my hand. That's it. I mean, sound quality might be a little bit off, but I mean it's fine.
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah,
If
but
people hate it, please let me know.
but
But
yeah, I mean, it's been, and we all met in the class, and we all liked each other, and we all thought we were funny. So the 5 of us just made a group together.
nice. All right, let's start getting ready to wrap up. Like, what's it about Stephanie? I almost said Stephanie. Stephanie Streisand. People might not know that you're okay sharing.
What's the most what?
What's something you're okay that people might not know about you that you're okay sharing?
Well, I already shared that almost all my ex-boyfriends are in prison for
Uh
different
huh.
things. I've already shared that. Uh, I have great taste in men. I
You
I have a
shared the
twin
fact
brother.
that your cousin's Barbara.
I shared the fact that my cousin's Barbara. Um, I shared that I have a twin brother. That's always my go-to, like in an improv class. Tell a
Yeah.
secret. That's always my go-to secret. Is I have a twin brother because I keep him a secret. Um, musical theater. I feel like I told a lot about myself. What's something that people don't know about me? Um, I was kicked out of high school,
Oh,
my first high school.
okay. That's I didn't know.
Um,
Yeah.
I
Why? If you don't mind
well,
me asking.
oh, I don't mind. It was a mix of so I never went to classes, and at my school, what they used to do is they put up kind of wanted posters with kids' pictures, and it's like if you see this student in the hallway, they're not supposed to be in the hallway. Send them to in-school suspension. And
Oh my God.
and that happened to me a lot, where I'd be walking down the hall and an advisor would see me and just send me to ISS. But ISS, it just helps you ditch. Like all I do is sleep in it. You just go to a room that's kind of cold and you put your head down for the rest of the day.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was a combo of that, and um, I used to hang out with like the bad kids. I've never done drugs. Oh, that's a cool thing to share. I've never done drugs. I've eaten pot before. and I've swallowed a Molly pill before, but
I've played in a play that did Molly once. I've
yeah, I mean
never.
I've never smoked or anything, but I hung out with the kids that uh, wore Jinkos and like goth
I love how
skater kids and
Rob G goes twice an episode in like badass ways. Like, yeah, man, I was a badass. I wore Jinkos.
I mean when I was a kid, like we wore Jinkos.
Same here.
I was also younger because I skipped a couple grades too, so I was younger
Okay.
than everybody in my high school, which might have made me a little more impulsive. But UFO pants. Did you wear UFO pants?
I know of them. I never wore them though. I know them.
You were
They're the
good.
ones like. Okay.
They were like bell bottoms that started from where your thigh meets your hip,
Yeah.
kind of like where your femur is, and they're like huge and made out of tent material, like the stuff that you make tents out of.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I hung out with those kids, and we hung out at the handball courts, and that's where they would smoke and smoke up and do coke, and it was like I would be that kid that they'd say like, "Do you want some?" And I go, "Oh no, more for you, more for you," and
Yeah.
and they had an initiation a month in,
Oh boy.
and you could do whatever you wanted to be initiated. So most
Okay.
kids just brought in drugs for everybody, and I was like, oh, I don't have access. I didn't have access to drugs, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm like I'm a badass, initiated, whatever. So I went on top. I climbed onto the roof from the outside,
Okay.
and I started throwing handballs down to the handball court, and
Okay.
and the vice principal came out, and we had a code word for when anybody was coming out, which was cheeseburger. And so this kid would just yell cheeseburger over and over as like the vice principal came out. And
Oh.
it's just like cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger. And the guy came out and he's like, go to class. It was just every day they'd come out and say, go to class. And a ball bounced, and then I started throwing them at him. And that's what got me kicked out. But I got initiated in first. So it was a combo of those two things. And at first I was going to go
We just
to like,
got a question I have to answer.
hmm?
I got a question to answer. People want to know what's our name. My name is Mark Levy.
Oh, yeah.
And your name?
Oh, Stephanie Streisand.
All right. Well, we answered that question. Um, sorry, I just saw that. I was like, oh, we got our first question. All right.
Ooh.
With like 2 minutes left in the episode, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
So that's
But
a fun way to get kicked out of school.
yeah, so I was going to be sent to the bad kids school. But I heard about the performing arts high school, and I auditioned and I got in. And so
Great.
getting kicked out was
Wow.
like the best thing that happened to me.
Hey, it made you be a better performer, clearly. I mean, you're an awesome performer. I love watching you perform.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So, oh, you're the best. You're awesome.
You're the best.
Okay. So, bah, boo. Okay, whatever. Um, what about what's something you're looking forward to coming up that does not involve you, like a movie or a book or a TV show?
Oh, man. I'm excited for. Okay, I'm nervous about the Into the Woods movie.
I'm
I'm
scared about that movie. Yeah.
I'm scared about that movie. Um, I'm excited about the Last 5 Years movie.
Yeah, it looks exciting.
Yeah. I'm just gonna name musical movies, I guess. There's another one coming out too, right? Well, there's Annie. I'm not excited for. Jersey Boys already came out, right? I'm not excited for that.
It'll look
Um,
terrible. I heard, it sounded like you were thinking basically the musical, but on movie,
yeah, it's like the producers was.
which is fine for a musical, but not for a movie.
Yeah, the producers musical movie was basically the show as a movie, and it didn't work as well.
Yeah,
It had great moments though. Um,
yeah.
I'm excited for any interview coming up with Carl Reiner. If he has any interviews coming up, I'm excited for those.
Okay.
I'm I love Carl Reiner. Uh,
All right. That I
yeah,
mean that's enough.
I'm trying to think.
You
I'm
just like
excited.
list everything. I mean, what?
I'm excited for the new Batgirl comic.
That's cool.
Yeah,
DC, right?
yeah.
DC.
DC.
All right.
She had a
What
make.
about plugs for you also?
Uh,
Twitter, Tumblr,
oh yeah, Twitter.
shows,
Twitter is Steph Streisand, and then my
STEPH, Streisand.
yeah STPH Streisand like Barbara, and I have an Instagram. It's Steph Strice, so it's just the first couple letters of both of my name.
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I'm like, oh my God. Stephanie Streisand, I have a Tumblr. You could just Google that because I don't know the.
Okay.
Just write in Stephanie Streisand Tumblr. I just put up a spank at UCB, so I'm waiting to hear back on that. So if it gets a
Hopefully that goes good.
run, look out for Streisand and Friends, To Hell with Friends. And if it doesn't, then look forward to another spank in like a month
Nice.
or two. Yeah.
Okay. All right. My plugs quickly at MarkLevy85 is a Twitter. If you want to email the show, htmpod@gmail.com. Um, only plug I have right now is look out on the UCBeater.com page for a spank that'll be called All Is Fine and Sunny in Florida. Can't say what day yet. Really excited about that. And of course, I'm coaching a lot recently, so if you want to be coached by me, go to improvcoaches.com, find my name, Mark Levy there, and we'll get you guys going. And of course, booking my teams, Flint, Big Red Doors, Sweethearts, Pure Fucking Energy, Chronic Fatigue, and Mr. Danger. So, Stephanie, this has been really, really fun. I'm happy we finally got to do this.
I'm really happy I got to do it too, and I got to see your face.
Same here. All right, well, I'll see you guys next time when I hit the mark. Bye.
Bye.